Anyone know what this is? This is a cow's ear, isn't it, Bryn? Please give it to me. On your bed. Good boy. Sit. Ready. That should keep him quiet. Right, it's the 5th of November. I can officially say I'm back training, and I can say, hopefully, I'm back on YouTube. It's been a slightly longer absence from both than planned, so I'm just gonna run you through what I've been up to, why it's been so long, etc., and kick off this next 12 months training and racing. So after Nice, the plan was to take 2 weeks off. 2 weeks off completely, and then have a soft, sort of slightly unstructured training build to about now. Unfortunately, when I jumped back in the pool after my 2 weeks off, my ankle was hurting. I won't bore you with loads of detail, but effectively in June, July time, I hurt my ankle swimming, kicking a bit overzealously, and I was able to kind of train through it. I generally had zero pain, bike and run, and it only really niggled while swimming. And on the lead into Finland and Nice, it was actually getting a bit better. I was feeling it a bit less. I was using a pool buoy a lot, swimming in a wetsuit a lot, but yeah, I wasn't really feeling it. So I thought it would disappear over the off season. It's just an inflamed ligament tendon. It will settle down with some time off, and then with a soft build back to normal training volume, hopefully it'll take care of itself. So that didn't happen, so I immediately got on to sorting it out with my private medical, had some scans. We haven't actually diagnosed exactly what the problem is, but I had a steroid injection on the 18th of October. That seems to have done the trick in terms of at least allowing me to not feel it when walking and swimming, etc., so I can somewhat get back to training. So yeah, initially I was like, that's cool, take some extra time off. If there's a time of year to have some time off, you know, October is it. Had some commitments with family, friends, work, etc., that sort of filled my time, and it wasn't the end of the world. Unfortunately, I think the wheels of, well, they came off quite badly, and in terms of as soon as I don't have a routine, things do unravel in my life, and a combination of things sort of all kind of kicked off a bit, and yeah, I've struggled the last month or so. So yeah, without oversharing, work's not been going very well. Just feel like at the same time of losing my sense of purpose training wise, I'm at the point where I don't have a sense of purpose at work, and I wish I was, but I'm not someone who can kind of settle with that or just cruise for a bit. I am still taking my career break at the end of January, but I'm not really sure what to do with work in general. So I've been struggling with that, and still am to some degree. A bit of a lack of decision making within the business. So hopefully that progresses soon. As I said, I found it really hard not having my routine, and although I've done some bike and running, swimming sets that routine for me, and that's the thing I've not been able to do. You know, getting up most mornings, going swimming sets me up for my day and my normal sort of routine. I put on a lot of weight, so I was about 68 kilos when I was racing, and I weighed in a few weeks ago at 76.1, so I was putting on about a kilo a week. I've somewhat stopped that now, and in some cases reversed it a bit. I think, haven't weighed myself yet this week, but Should be back under 75 at least now. So I found that a bit depressing. I struggle with that. Been worrying about my ankle, just because with this career break coming, will I be able to actually train you know, by January as much as I want to? I certainly don't want to be on the sidelines or, you know, unable to do something in that 6 months. Obviously it's part of the risk, but yeah, worrying that sod's law is that rules me out. And then I've also had to deal with some kind of toxic people in my life, and that's the one thing I have fixed. And I've done some culling, and yeah, it's not been the easiest and not been the nicest, but finally feel like I've put that behind me. So it's not all doom and gloom. There have been some positives in the last few weeks, in the last month or so. I've had quite a lot of new athletes, particularly for Jack and Brett, and we're definitely starting to see a bit more of a team vibe. Sold lots of kit to my athletes, which is good, and people wearing it, which is nice, and got some designs for some stuff coming, which is great. And that's definitely the sort of thing that's kept me somewhat sane and motivated. And then linked to that as well, my sort of weekly ride on a Thursday. So I've tried to do this in the past, and genuinely nobody showed up year one, and this year we've had kind of regularly 5 or 6 people, which is, you know, it's not groundbreaking, but it's meant it's kind of filled what I thought it to be. Good conversations between people that train sort of together but not together and don't know each other and have met briefly at races. And yeah, it's been, for me, that's been a big positive. So what's next? So it's the 5th of November. I can say that this is week 1 in terms of doing triathlon training. So the week before this, I just rode my bike just to let my ankle settle down, and I did a gravel event with my best mate Mike, and that was awesome. I've never done anything like it. It wasn't a race, just 2 mates out on their bikes in the mud. Obviously used the van to get away as well, but yeah, found this event company called Glorious Gravel. Never heard of them. They seem to do events fairly regularly, although now it's proper winter, you know, they'll be in the spring, and definitely want to do more of that, just as a way of making sort of training more interesting and engaging. So that's been great. And then this week I've managed to do 1 swim on Friday. This is my 4th ride. This is just a steady 90 minutes. So rode my bike 4 times, which is pretty good. And then I've run twice, both of which have been with Bryn, and today's run was with Bryn, Amy, and a dog we were actually looking after for the evening / day, called Pongo. So that was really good, and I definitely feel, although it's only 2 runs, 10 miles for the week, definitely feel I can keep adding a bit of volume to that and look somewhat like a triathlete again. So yeah, plan is to do this weekly, get back in the routine of doing it, hopefully make it a bit more exciting than just inside of my shed, but it is the British winter, and just document the next 11-12 months. As most of you will know, unless you're new around here, I've already qualified for Kona. That is the big goal. I have this 6-month career break coming, where I'm hoping to travel a fair bit and get super duper uber fit, and then go back to work, and then race in Kona in October, take a month off or so and go do that properly, and then we'll see what happens. So if you made it to the end of this video, you're new around here, please hit like and subscribe. This one's going to be the big year. Cheers all, bye.